Some of my favorites include Mia ASMR and Edifox ASMR. I've really enjoyed their mini mic videos, and I do find them to be super tingly, super tingly, super tingly. The only thing about these mics is that they're very sensitive when it comes to breath. So I'm trying not to breathe on them. However, this is difficult because I'm not able to monitor myself at the same time. I'm not able to monitor the sound, which is, of course, what I usually do when filming. I'm able to listen in real time to what I am saying and the triggers that I am doing. So, it's a very strange experience for me to not have the opportunity to listen. So, we will see how this goes. I have experimented with this mic a few times just to see what it sounds like and the quirks. And so far, I think that's been the biggest issue is the breath. So, we'll see how things go. I wanted to sit down and talk to you all because it's been several weeks since I last filmed a video. This is my first video that you will see from the new apartment. I did try filming this video a few nights ago, but one of the things that I talked about in that video, which I will chat a little bit about today, is the fact that I really thought that this new apartment would be quieter than my previous apartment. I was always really annoyed at the old apartment because of how often there were car noises and those low-pitched rumbles that would come across in my videos. A lot of like water sounds, things like that would pop up that are just a normal part of living in an apartment building and usually wouldn't matter unless you're using super sensitive microphones that pick up every single detail of every sound. So when I'm using particularly sensitive microphones, it's during the day, maybe it can get a little annoying if we're working, for example, but it's not the biggest deal, you know, it is during the day, so whatever. The problem, though, is when it continues on into the evening, into the night. I'm not even talking evenly, like early evening, I'm talking like past 10 p.m. So, that's happened a few times this week, and there was one point where my poor fiance, I can sleep through anything, but it's hard for him to fall asleep, and so there was a point where somebody was playing Christmas music in February at like 3 a.m. loudly from their car. So it's been a interesting experience settling into the new apartment. We've done some work in this room, which is our shared studio, to try to dampen sound and build up a little bit more of a sound barrier between us and the street. So we've put up like really heavy curtains, but we also bought moving blankets, like the really heavy moving blankets, and then we found a way to put those up as well. So it's window, moving blankets, curtains, heavy curtains, and so that does deaden the sound a little bit more in this room. We also put in a giant shag carpet, or I guess it's a rug technically, but we put one in here because it was like hardwood. Oh, well, it was a laminate in here. And then our next project is to basically sound treat the walls, and so hopefully this studio will be a little better for recording in the future. But I just wanted to let you all know that we were still in the process of making that a reality. I also wanted to update you all on how the semester is going for me. I know in my previous live update video, I was telling you all about how overwhelmed I was last semester, and how I was hoping that this semester was going to be better, and I had high hopes for that. Well, no. This semester has been awful, truly. I was given yet another responsibility in addition to all the other previous ones that I'd picked up that I talked to you all about. So, I have just been really struggling with juggling all of those things as well as schoolwork, because I have made a commitment to be more on top of my schoolwork this semester than I was last semester. So being able to juggle all of that as well as with music on the side, as well as with this channel, I really want to make sure that I'm making time for everything, but it's been difficult. And one of the things that I've really been struggling with over the past several weeks was that I feel like I'm being pulled in so many different directions that instead of being able to do a really good job at a select few things, I'm doing a pretty mediocre to bad job at a lot of things. And it's honestly, it's taken a pretty big hit on my self-esteem, because as I mentioned in that previous video, I've always been sort of like a really good student, and I brought that into my work where I really care about being detail oriented and doing things well. And I guess I've taken a lot of my self-identity and my self-esteem from being good at things, and being able to execute things well. is more work accumulating, and every hour I spend doing something, that's taking that time away from doing the other things that I need to be doing. So I'm just constantly drowning in things to do and not having enough time to get it done, unless I'm literally working 24 hours from the time I wake up to the time I sleep, and it's not healthy. And yeah, so I've been struggling a lot recently, and I wanted to let you all in on that and let you know that I had a lot of really fun things planned, and I actually have a really, really cool fun thing planned, and I'm really hoping that I get to all of those things. But I may be sort of touch and go over the next few weeks until I get more of a handle on this. I hope you let me know whether you like this little mini mic, and you like this more of a casual video, because these are things I can sit down and film for you pretty quickly, without too much of a setup and without too much of a post-production type situation. So if you like this mic and you'd like to see more of it, I can definitely experiment with some new video ideas with it. And of course I want to continue to mixing in my more traditional content, what you've come to know me for. But I just wanted to let you know where I'm at. I just wanted to thank you all for continuing to support me and for continuing to be so kind and send me nice comments, and continuing to watch and like and grow this community. I desperately want to be able to interact with you all more. I want this to be more of a community feel, and I want to get to know you all. So please know that if I take a while to respond to you or something like that, I promise it's not because I don't care. I really, really do. I'm just really overwhelmed with things. But I do deeply care about you all, and I hope you all are doing well. And I know that, things could be a lot worse. A lot worse. And so I'm grateful for what I do have. I truly am. And whenever I vent and tell you all about these things, I don't mean to come across as, I don't know, out of touch or whatever. Like, I understand that I still have a good, and a lot of people would do anything